This one, can you elaborate on the conservatism versus traditionalism problem in converts? Well, Father, there's one for you here. Well, it was news to me, something that I instinctively understood, but it never had been spelled out until Father Job Watts actually said, do you realize that many people come to Orthodoxy in America because they're conservative and they see Orthodoxy conservative, but they don't necessarily want to be traditional. And well, it manifests itself in the fact is that there are many things that they consider to be unnecessary trappings within the Orthodox Church that they just want to be Orthodox. I think you might understand what I'm getting at. And anything else, they say, oh, that's just some kind of national cultural sort of part of it. It's really not important. It's not essential. But it is essential because Orthodoxy is life. Orthodoxy has always expressed itself through the life of people. The first Orthodoxy was thoroughly Jewish. There's no way around it. The Holy Apostles preferred Jewish food, Jewish customs, Jewish traditions. They were Jews, traditionally Jews. That's the only reason why St. Timothy was ordained as a bishop, such a young bishop, because he had a good Jewish pious upbringing. And then, of course, Orthodoxy sanctified wherever it could to some degree the culture in the different countries where missionary work was being done and people were converted. But it's impossible to separate. And this is where tradition begins to develop. Wherever a person is converted, I'll never be a Romanian. But if I was literally forced into some reason to live in the Romanian church in Romania, I would do things the way the Romanians do it and not try to do it any other way. Because this is the way it's done. It's a way of life. You're in your Romania, you do as the Romanians do. This is traditional versus conservative. We're against abortion, we're against gay marriage, yes, that's all true, but it's more than that. It's more than just the way you think. It's the rhythm of your life. And the rhythm of life has been established in the local churches. I don't know what part of the rhythm of the life of America you can live in order to be a traditional American Orthodox. Well, you can, and people do it, but sometimes it almost comes across somewhat comical. And it doesn't really matter if you have Southern food on Pascha or whether you have Russian, food or Greek food. That's not what I'm talking about. There's something much deeper, and you have to be able to discern this yourself and be able to understand yourself. What is it that you consider traditional you don't like or something? And you need to be able, like I said, if I'm in Romania, I'm going to do as the Romanians do. And it doesn't hurt me because this is going to take too long and we don't have time for it. America has its own way of thinking about things, and everybody that's born and raised here has been infected by it. I read something recently, and it said every revolt, every revolution in the world, every disturbance in society is because of the negation of hierarchy. Americans don't like hierarchy. By nature, we want to be free, independent, do our own thing. You bring it into Orthodoxy, and it's disastrous. It's very disastrous. So there are many other things too, and it's been discerned by other thinkers and writers, but this is part of the traditionalism. We have to get rid of the idea that Americans don't like tradition except whatever happens to be pumpkin pie or Halloween or whatever's going on. I'm not judging the thing. It's just that you understand they're conservative you must be conservative, be Orthodox, but you really need to be traditional too. And find what it is, and you're not going to lose your identity by adopting Greek customs or Russian customs or Romanian customs. You won't lose Americans are very afraid of, first of all, they have a problem finding out who they are. And then next of all, they are afraid of losing it by becoming be a little more flexible about these things. And get into the practice, the pious practice, because that's where the spiritual life is transferred. It was transferred from the Jews. It's still being transferred. Our roots are in the Old Testament, period. That's it. That's where it begins.